Okay, so I like talking about mindset issues in regards to sports or human performance, um, especially when it's fresh in my mind like it is now. 2 weeks from my world championship performance in the 500 meter. And one of the things I think about, especially in this situation where I got the bronze medal now, the second time in 3 years, is how easy it is for someone to get caught up in what I like to call the performance disappointment trap or mindset trap. And what that is, I don't think I've ever heard anyone refer to it in those terms, but it's something that I've noticed and something I can fall into is being disappointed in your performance, and not being realistic and forgiving on yourself for that performance or that disappointment in that performance. And in my mind, this is very fresh since I'm coming into sport at a very high level late in life. And I have with that a large experience level of just living my life outside of sport and having disappointments and having all kinds of life experiences that accentuate, that complement my sports performance. So in that, this is the mindset trap that people get into that I've seen, is they aren't kind to themselves and they beat themselves up for not performing at a level that they wanted to. And that's perfectly normal. And without that, for a lot of people, you would not perform any better. But also for a small, I wouldn't say a minority, because it's probably more than people realize. And the reason why you don't see it that much is because when you're not kind to yourself, when you beat yourself up with that of not performing at a level that you thought you were capable of or that you wanted, a lot of people quit or they take time off. And that's fine also. You need to have a mental reset. You need to come into something, especially at this level, with a very good mindset. And there are also people that just completely outright quit because of disappointment. And you have to be honest with yourself. You have to be honest with yourself whether or not you have what it takes to perform at the level that you would have liked to. You have to be honest with yourself whether or not you performed to that your actual level and it just simply wasn't good enough. That's a tough pill to swallow for a lot of people. And for me, coming into this just high performance sport late in life, I think I have a more appreciation and gratitude for it, frankly, because I'm happy to even be performing at this level. And I don't have any preconceived notions of what I can do because every day is a gift. And to that, now that I have years now of experience of performing at this level, I do now have expectations. I do have goals that I set for myself. And particularly last year, I didn't meet that goal. I still got fourth in the world in the 500 meter, and with a time that was very, very good. I didn't improve to a level that I wanted to that year, and that was fine. And it was for me a learning experience, and what bolstered that learning experience is taking a year, the last year, and improving, getting that improvement that I wanted in 23 last year. And I got it down to like the 100th of a second. But this is the thing, is I didn't get caught up in the negative aspects of that performance disappointment. I was disappointed with that performance, but I looked at it objectively and said, what can I do to improve? it's great when everyone, if you ever get the opportunity to hit it out of the park every time you come up to bat, but that's just not the case, and mistakes will be made. The best thing about that is, best thing that can come about that is learning from those mistakes and making the adjustments and improving and correcting that mistake and actually getting a tangible result of knowing that you fixed that mistake. And I did that this year. So not finishing with the bronze was great. But more importantly, I had the performance that I wanted, irregardless of where I finished in the group and whatever medal or whatever podium spot it was or not. You can only, in my particular time, a time trial, you can only target a time that you wanted or a certain amount of wattage that you put out over a given amount of time, and I did that. And I can't be any more happy with that and not beat myself over like, oh, I wish I could have got to my silver medal, or I could have improved even more. I'm like, given the time that I had and what I was up against, I'm ecstatic with my performance. And it just gives me more motivation to improve for next year, because I know it's possible. I'm getting older, but I know it's possible. And that's like what I loved about this whole arc of the last 12 months is having that disappointment of my performance in 23 at Worlds, and then realizing, what you thought your training plan didn't quite go the way you wanted it to. You didn't get the net result you wanted to. So let's tweak it for the next 12 months or 11 months and 29 days and see what happens. And that was great. But what I didn't do is just get caught up in this mindset like, oh, you suck, quit, whatever. You're wasting your time. You're too old. You're getting older. Everyone's getting faster. Maybe you should not go to France. But I didn't let that happen. And so that, for now, gives me so much fuel for 2025 and all of this in my 53rd, going on to my 54th year. So yeah, try not to get caught up in the negative aspects of performance disappointment, and try to utilize that in a way to your advantage and in actually improving. Thanks for watching my rant. Thanks for watching, and thanks for listening to my rant.